The only reason that I don't whip Sean Hannity's ass out here right now is because of all these security men here. You see them? If they wasn't out here, I'd wait out here to whip his ass when he come up here right now. Because I believe Sean Hannity is trying to get Barack Obama assassinated, all right? Anybody who listens to his show can hardly conclude otherwise. But I'm going to write a rigorous and eloquent intellectual treatise about the matter. But the way I really feel about it is that he's trying to get Barack Obama killed. And if Barack Obama gets shot, put it right in the lap of Sean Hannity. He comes on the radio every day. He riles up the whole country trying to suggest that Barack Obama is a terrorist or something of the sort. And if that's not what you're trying to do, Sean, why do you keep bringing up William Ayers? William Ayers is a college professor who meets with all kinds of people. When this guy was in his radical days, Barack Obama was 8 years old. And then the way you constantly stay on Reverend Wright, you a Catholic. You belong to a church where the priests routinely rape the kids. And the Pope, the so-called Holy Father, gives them a job in the Vatican. Or the bishops send them to churches where they can rape other kids where the parents are unsuspecting. You think that's more? You think that what Reverend Wright had to say about white man is more important than the rape of children by priests in the Catholic Church? Why don't you ever say anything about that? It's because you are a pussy and a punk, white trash with money. I will whip your ass intellectually, and I will whip your ass for real. You see, Sean, unlike you, I read books. I'm literate. I'm widely published. I've written for the greatest newspapers in the world. I have a host of journalistic awards and 2 Pulitzer Prize nominations. I taught a course. I've held professorships in 2 different fields. The last course I taught was as a distinguished professor of journalism. And I taught a course on minorities in mass media. And I looked at all of the minorities, the Hispanics, Asians, Native Americans.
Ellen Ratner, the woman.
I wanted to go inside and confront these suckers, but they have a ban on the press. And the reason they have a ban on the press is because they know they're doing some scurrilous shit. They're honoring a Nazi here tonight, Bob Grant. But I'm going to write about it. I'm writing a piece called The Trouble with WABC, White Apartheid Broadcast Radio, and you can read it soon. You can read it tbwt.org, The Black World Today, and it will probably also be in print publication. I'm not sure where now, but more than likely the Billy's Voice. But in any case, as I was saying, when I was teaching my course on minorities in the mass media, what I discovered is that there are many instances of people being assassinated because they were agitated by the media. The Great Atlanta Riot of 1910 was completely created by hysterical media people, and they were using newspapers. Radio is far more powerful. As I said, as Arthur Frommer said, his study in Germany, right after the Holocaust, showed him that it was the way that Dr. Goebbels used the radio that led to the rise and success of the Nazi movement in Germany. And Sean, this guy here, Bob Grant, is an American Nazi, you know? And I'm surprised that there are not more Jewish groups out here, and that's because he directs his attacks on black people. But his philosophy, as Arthur Frommer points out, it's Nazism. He's a Nazi. And Sean Hannity, you are nothing but shanty Irish trash with money. That's what you are. And you're an ignoramus, you are overbearing, you are in fact an obscenity. You know, you shouldn't even be, you ought to be glad that your parents, your grandparents, or whoever it is, came from Ireland, running from the potato famine. You better be glad they came to a country where you have a pigmentocracy. That is, because they're white, they automatically got a pass ahead of my grandparents for sure. And I'm sick of you jumping on Barack every day. Why don't you, I would debate you about, I'd love to debate you about Reverend Wright. I'd love to debate you about Louis Farrakhan. And I have written many pieces critical of Louis Farrakhan. Unlike you, you can't show one piece, one critique you ever did of the right, because you are a lackey for the right. You are nothing but a shield for the Republican Party and an ass kisser to the plutocrats. That's what you are. You know, a lapdog and ass kisser to the rich and powerful who misleads ignorant working class white guys who think you their friend. You their friend. A millionaire punk You understand? Who's anti-labor, anti-union, anti-everything progressive. I would love to debate you. I don't want to be on your show. Unlike the Reverend from Boston, I forget his name right now, who comes on there and kiss your ass because he want to be on your show. I don't want to be on your show. I want you to debate me in the Great Hall at Cooper Union, and I will whip your ignorant cracker ass. All right? All right.